Yo, 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 how you doing today? This is Just Boxing. Also, Rayon Boykin is unprovoked. Well, you know, as I always do, want to talk a little bit about Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown tweeted and says he's done with the NFL. And he called out Robert Kraft and his old quarterback Big Ben. Um, Antonio says he won't play in the NFL anymore and took shots at New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft. I don't know if taking shots, but and Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Big Ben Roethlisberger in a series of tweets since Sunday morning. AB says in the tweets, he said, "Will not be playing in the NFL anymore. These owners can cancel deals, do whatever they want at any time. We will see if the NFL PA hold them accountable. Sad they can just void guarantees anytime going on. 40 what's that? 40M 2 months. We'll see if the pay up." So Antonio Brown seems to be talking about his the $29.125 million in guaranteed money from the Oakland Raiders and a $9 million signing bonus from the Patriots that sources told ESPN. That's what they told. That's what the sources said. The ESPN have both been rescinded. It said the Raiders' guaranteed money was voided after the team fined him for detrimental conduct before his release on September 7th. That's what the sources told ESPN Adam Schefter. The Patriots are planning to withhold the signing bonus based on a representation warranty clause that calls for a player to disclose any situation that might prevent continued availability. A source with knowledge of the situation told ESPN Jeff Fowler. See, they playing with this man money, and it's not right. But Antonio Brown is being sued by his former trainer. This young lady goes by the name of Brittany Taylor over multiple allegations of sexual assault. He was also accused of sexual misconduct by an artist in a story published by Sports Illustrated last week. See, this here just reminds me of the Bill Cosby allegations. They have to have more than one person come out against you. Just one person saying that you did something multiple times doesn't work. It always have to be in twos or threes. This just reminds me of the Bill Cosby situation. States that had Brown not sent intimidating group text messages to the artist who accused him of unwanted sexual advances, the star wide receiver would be playing in the Patriots game Sunday against the Jets, league sources told Schefter. But when Brown sent those text messages as a member of the New England Patriots, he was not with New England during the time period when he allegedly sexually assaulted another woman. But the organization felt as if it had to move on from him. Also, so the text message was the reason he was let go by New England. It wasn't the fact that the allegations. See, well, if that is the truth, that he sent those text messages as a member of the New England Patriots, well, by league bylaws, the New England Patriots has a right to move on from you. So Brown called on the NFL Players Association to hold teams accountable and get him the money he apparently is still seeking. Well, which is yeah, because it's guaranteed. I would like to I would like to them to do I would like to come out. I would like to see the I would like to see the contracts and see what's exactly in the contracts and see if they can take away his $29 million or the $9 million New England Patriots took from him. But after Brown's tirade, as they said, a source told Schefter that Kraft is never writing the check, no matter what the ruling is now. And since deleted tweets, Brown called out Kraft and former Steelers teammate. Brown referred to Kraft's ongoing case in Florida in which he was charged with solicitation for allegedly receiving a sex act at a massage parlor, and Big Ben Roethlisberger 4-game suspension in 2010 for violating the NFL personal conduct policy based on the sexual assault accusation. Oh, so he only got 4-game suspension. He got 4-game suspension for violating the NFL personal conduct policy. Isn't that something? But Ray Rice is out of the league for good. Okay. Just 4 games, huh? 4 games. So Kraft got caught in a parlor. Look, Kraft got caught in the. I'm reading this article on ESPN. It says Kraft got caught in a parlor. ABA speculations. No, this is not. No, this is not speculated. This actually happened. He got caught in a parlor. He was taken to the police department. He was fingerprinted and everything. It was a criminal case. That's still going on. He fired different strokes, different folks. Clearly, yeah, that's stated. Yeah, if you have the skin for the, the protection for the complexion for the protection, that usually go down. Brown said in a now deleted tweet that also appeared to include a photo of Taylor. Big Ben, he earlier tweeted four games for Big Ben. Crazy world, I'm done with it. Brown tweets came a day after his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, told Schefter that he has had communication with a few teams that are interested in his client. I'm pretty sure it's a lot more teams out there would love to have AB services. By all means, he's not done with the NFL unless that's what he wants to do. Unless that's what he want to do. But Rosenhaus told Schefter that the teams want information regarding his legal situation, and that's understandable, because they don't want to get, they don't want to put themselves in a position, where they have to release a player, and then Antonio Brown, if the allegation does come out and say that that he actually committed the act, those crimes or whatever, and then the Roger Goodell gets involved and then happen to have to suspend him for conduct detrimental to the team and as well the NFL. So that's understandable. So source told Schefter that some of the NFL believed that it was unlikely Brown would sign with another team until the league investigation is resolved. That's not necessarily true. There are people out there that don't want to see Antonio Brown in the NFL in any team in any NFL jersey ever again. Although they may never be a deal, but if the wide receiver is to be believed, the NFL released a statement Friday night that said Brown would not be placed on commissioner's exempt list while he is a free agent, because guess what? He has not done anything. it's this woman just spewing out allegations, but no criminal. She has not filed any type of criminal thing. Any kind of criminal nothing so far that I have heard of. She haven't filed any criminal thing against him yet. So, but if he is signed by a club, such placement may become appropriate at any time, depending on the status of investigation. So that's what I was talking about earlier. A team, any team that's willing to sign him, that has to know what's going on about the investigation and all the ins and out of it. That's very understandable. That's protecting them. So that's understandable, because they, like I stated, they don't want to release a player, and they don't have to, so they can get rid of a player off the practice squad or something like that. So, but the NFL also said its investigation into Brown case is ongoing and will be pursued vigorously and expeditiously. So. We'll see what goes on with that. So this is here by Adam Schefter, the source. He said AB text messages crossed the line for the Patriots. So had once again, this is Adam Schefter, ESPN senior writer. He stated, had Antonio Brown not sent intimidating group text messages to a female artist who accused him of unwanted sexual advances last week, the star wide receiver would be playing in the New England Patriots game Sunday against the New York Jets. The league sources told ESPN. I want to know what does they mean about unwanted sexual advances? What did he do? Was he trying to talk to her? Or, when they use these code words, unwanted sexual advances, just say what he did. Because these people, these code words, man. But when Brown sent those text messages as a member of the Patriots, he was not with New England during the time period when he allegedly sexually assaulted another woman. I mean, just say rape. The organization felt that it had to move on from him. Sources said, of course, dealing with New England Patriots, Bill Belichick, he's a nun. He don't take that jive, that type of stuff from anybody. So, that's, like I've stated in some of my other videos, New England Patriots organization is a well-oiled machine, and they don't let any rust keep them or stop them from meeting their goal. And their goal is to win a Super Bowl. Every single year, they retool, they get rid of, they add on to, put parts and stuff together, everything they can do to keep that machine going. And they're not going to let anybody, I don't care how good you are and what type of talent you are, they're not going to let you or anything stop them from meeting their goal. And their goal at the end of the day is to be in the Super Bowl come February. Period. He's no nonsense. So I'm pretty sure Bill Belichick sat him down and he told him that. And if Antonio Brown did do that, what, hey, that's his fault. Because he can't blame anybody but himself. Because I'm sure Bill Belichick, the GM manager, was my fault. I think, Bill Belichick is the GM. So I know he sat him down and he talked to him and he told him all the rules. So, hey, That's up to him. I mean, it went so far as that Tom Brady even had him to stay at his home until he got stuff situated. It's like he can't blame anybody but himself for getting released from New England Patriots. So why are you even dealing with this? Dealing with this woman, sending a text message to her anyway. You know what? That's why you have lawyers for. You let your lawyers deal with that. You stay out of it, because guess what? Your text message is stuff that got you in trouble anyway. So, you let your lawyers deal with that. But now the question becomes how New England handles Brown departure. They're gonna handle it like New England always do. I was picking New England Patriots to go to the Super Bowl anyway. I don't, the only team I see that has a chance of beating them this year in the AFC is Kansas City. But do Kansas City have enough to beat them in the playoffs? Because that's when it counts. Forget the regular season. Do Kansas City have enough to beat New England in the playoffs where it matters? And I don't think it does. Unless Patrick Mahomes has made a big wide step, and by his stats in these first 2-3 games of the season, he has. So it's going to be interesting, but like I was saying Antonio Brown was that key piece that would have tipped the top completely. That was guaranteed Super Bowl win from the dough. It's going to be more challenging now because New England no longer has Gronk. Gronk retired, so he's gone. And by the likes of it, he's not coming back. So, Bill Belichick, he's a mad genius. Trust me, I guarantee you, unless Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City just ball out, I just don't see anybody beating New England in the AFC. Not with the way they game plan. I'm sorry. It just teams just got to prove me wrong. But anyway, the Patriots are expected to withhold the $9 million signing bonus. They agreed to pay Brown when he signed. $5 million is due Monday, and the other $4 million is due January 15th, 2020. So ESPN Chris Mortensen reported that Brown would file a grievance Monday to try to recoup that money, setting up a legal battle between the player and the team. Among other factors, New England will lean on the representation and warranty clause in Brown's contract that specifically states player represents warrants and covenants to the club that he will, 1, execute in good faith and to the best of his ability all of his obligation to and for the club. 2, he does not and will not participate and is not engaged or will not engage in any conduct or activity that is illegal, unlawful, or immoral. And 3, no circumstances exist that will prevent players' continuing availability to the club for the duration of the contract. However, the other NFL sources strongly believe that the Patriots eventually will owe Brown the $9 million. Yes, they will owe him that money. Yeah, because they decide, because the text message is nothing immoral. There's nothing in his contract said that he couldn't text her. So those sources insist that once a signing bonus is earned, it's earned, and there's no turning back. So more than likely he will, they will have to pay him. They're going to lose it. One NFL executive predicted, and the Patriots' plight in a potential financial battle with Brown. Brown called out Patriots owner Robert Kraft as part of his Sunday morning Twitter tirade, as they calling it. referring to Kraft's ongoing case in Florida, in which he was charged with solicitation for alleged receiving a sex act at a massage parlor. But the same thing I was talked about a little bit earlier. After the tweets, a source told ESPN that Kraft is never writing that check, no matter what the ruling is. Oh, he's gonna write that check. Brown has deleted the tweet referring to Kraft, but Brown was officially released by the Patriots on Friday, one day after the lawyer for the female artist reached out to the NFL because Brown apparently sent what were described as threatening text messages to her client. The site spoke Friday morning with the woman attorney saying in a statement that the league pledged to conduct a thorough investigation under which personal conduct policy. According to the statement, the league also contacted the Patriots, who then directed Brown to have no further contact with this woman. That's a whole lot of stuff to do. So how did this woman know to go to the NFL? She directed her lawyer to go to the NFL to get in touch with Robert Goodell or whoever, all the people they need to get in touch with, to straight go after him and tell, to say that, to have him to stop contacting her and all this stuff. And then for that private meeting between the lawyers and NFLPA and all that stuff, then turn around and contact New England Patriots and tell the New England Patriots that Antonio Brown had contact with the woman. That's crazy. But anyway, as part of a Sports Illustrated report published Monday, because at this point, every media site is after Antonio Brown. All of them want their head. The Me Too movement women want his head, and it's like, it's not looking good for him. But now this is what I'm saying. Now if all this stuff happens to be false, I want him to sue everybody. I want him to sue the women. I want him to sue the women. I want him to sue their family members. I want him to sue the lawyers. I want him to sue ESPN. I want him to sue FS1. I want him to sue Sports Illustrated. I want him to sue all these people that's dragging his name through the mud falsely. Because a lot of these people are not using the word allegedly or allegations. They are saying that he did it. Because he's already taken a hit. Endorsements are falling off the wayside. I don't think he have any more endorsements. So he has no money. So now he can't live off his endorsements. Because that's what a lot of NFL players do now. And NBA players, they live off their endorsements money, and what they actually get paid by the NFL, they save that money, but they just live off endorsement money. I'm talking about high profile players. So because that's what oh my goodness, why I cannot think of it. Marshawn Lynch said that's what he did. He said he was living off his endorsement money. He said he have not spent not one check of his NFL, all the money he's earned in the NFL. He said he haven't spent none. All he has been doing is living off endorsement money. And that is great. So, Brown already stated, he's financially stable. So that, and that was another thing, that the NFL, didn't like, when he did that interview and he told him, I don't need to play football. He said, it's a difference. He said, obviously, he said he loved the game. He wanted to play the game, but he said, I don't need the game. And it's a difference. It is a difference. He's 30, 31 years old, so he's an established player. He's a veteran in the game. He has handled his money financially. He has different businesses. All of this is stated in the interview. You can go watch the interview on YouTube. So all of this here is available to you. You just have to go do your research. That what got him in trouble. All this other stuff, I mean, that all this other stuff is nothing. What got him in trouble was that interview. Because in another video that I made a couple of days ago, I told I was stating everything that he did, because I found this article on Google. It's ridiculous. All the stuff that they seen that was detrimental to the team, that it was divisive in the locker room. It's ridiculous. At that particular time, the things that they saying that he was doing that was so divisive. But you have a quarterback, which is the face of the franchise, has been accused by 3 different women. 2 women accused him of sexual assault. 1 woman accused him as rape. And all 3 women filed criminal charges against him. And all he got was a 4-game suspension. So none of that what Big Ben Roethlisberger did was divisive. It was against the NFL personal conduct policy, but he was only suspended for 4 games. Come on, bro. Really? Get up out of here with all that. But anyway, as part of a Sports Illustrated report published Monday, the woman accused Brown of sexual misconduct when she was working at his Pennsylvania home in 2017. See, it's the same thing, bro. This is the very same thing. It just reminds me of the Bill Cosby case. If a person sexually made sexual advances towards you, committed any type of sexual misconduct towards you, why are you going back and forth to his home? Why are you still in contact with him? So Brown also has been accused of sexual assault in his former trainer, Brittany Taylor, according to a lawsuit she filed September 10th. Taylor met with the NFL this past Monday. Source has told ESPN that there are more interviews and information gathering being conducted now beyond Taylor. It remains unclear when or if Brown will interview with the NFL. He is an unrestricted free agent available. Unrestricted free agent eligible to sign with any team, and the NFL said Friday that Brown would not be placed on the commissioner exempt list while he is a free agent. But the league also warned if he is signed by a club, such placement may become appropriate at any time depending on status of the investigation. Now, what this is really and truly saying is they don't find anything credible that this woman is saying. Neither one of them. Because I promise you, if it was anything credible that these 2 women are saying, Antonio Brown would have been suspended by now. He wouldn't even been allowed to even sign with New England Patriots. Right now, Antonio Brown is able to sign with any club that he wants. And that's saying a lot. But just my 2 cents. This is it's just boxing. Um, Rayon Boykin is unprovoked. Peace.